Fran, talk about your freshmen, the way they performed on a big stage tonight.
Well, obviously, Woody got it going early, and he established right away that we have a low post presence that the teams we play are going to have to deal with. And we also were able to out-rebound a team that may very well end up leading the nation in rebounding. I think, obviously, Clemens was spectacular. He's got an amazing ability to remain under control, to think the game, know what we want. Very rare for a player that young. I was particularly proud of Mike Cassell. He did not play well in the first half. He was missing shots he normally makes. He was fumbling and stumbling with the ball a little bit. And I challenged him at halftime, and the way he responded in the second half, the way he made his free throws down the stretch, just couldn't be more proud of those three guys.
Fran, what about Aaron White's energy? It just seems like this team feeds off of what he does.
Well, you know what he does? He does a lot of things to help your team win. I mean, he rebounds, he steals it, he deflects. He drives the ball to the basket. He can play facing, he can play inside. He seems to know when we need him to do something special, and he's always been able to do that. He's a guy that never gets nervous, or he never gets sideways in the moment. He just keeps making plays, and the only thing I have to do with him is to make sure I keep him rested. I sometimes, because of what you said, I tend to leave him out there, and that's typically the only time he breaks down is when he's exhausted.
Can you talk about those threes?
He gave you in the second half, Josh.
Well, I mean, I went after him at halftime like I've never gone after him before, because I think the world of him, and I know what he's capable of, and I really challenged him. And he was going to go one way or the other in the second half. It wasn't going to be anywhere in between. And I think he showed us what he's capable of and the kind of person he is.
Now, you designed one of those plays right out of a timeout, one of those three-pointers we made. Was it just to get him back in and try to get that shot?
Well, the thing about it, Scott, is we go to him all the time. When he's on the floor, I mean, I'm constantly thinking about going to him. I've got my point guard, whoever's pushing the ball in the break, looking for him. We're always looking for him, and he has the green light no matter what. Even if we say, okay, we're going to run clock, we're going to shoot it late in the possession, we're going to keep him on defense, we're going to screen and move and cut, he has the green light, and he knows that, and he knows that's the kind of confidence I have in him. And I don't think he'll ever play with the kind of confidence I need him to unless he knows that I have that kind of confidence in him.
Coach, if Clemens keeps playing like this, people around the country are going to ask how you got him out of Lansing, Michigan. How did you get him out of Lansing, Michigan?
It's interesting. It wasn't that hard. He wasn't very heavily recruited. And it's, like you've been around a while. I mean, recruiting is not an exact science by any means. He was on a team that had multiple stars. So I think what you needed to do, and what we were able to do, is watch his team play enough to assess how complete his game was. I didn't offer him myself after the first 2 or 3 times I watched him. It was like the 5th or 6th time where I came to appreciate all of the things he does to help your team win games.
Fran, can you talk a little bit about, you mentioned the freshmen, but tonight with them in the lineup, did they play older? Did they look older tonight in any way to you?
They did, but it's not something that I find surprising. When we recruited that group, we had sort of this expectation for them. Doesn't mean they're going to play this way every night, but I knew they were capable of playing this way. They sort of expect that from themselves, and there's a reason why they're right in the starting lineup.
Is this the best game the team's played totally?
Oh, no question. No question. It's the best game we've played, yeah.
Coach, what did you guys able to neutralize Clyburn?
Say that again?
How are you guys able to neutralize Clyburn?
Well, I thought Marble got into his space a little bit and got him a little bit sideways early. I think, when you look at talented offensive players like Clyburn or anybody that they have, if you can get them a little bit, off their game early, I think it will help you at the end. McGee, on the other hand, he kind of got going, and and he was on fire. But Clyburn, he never seemed to get on track.
This is a game maybe in the past might have went the other way. I mean, you gave up a big lead at the right before halftime, but then came right back out strong. What does that say about the team and where it's headed and its mental?
Well, I think what we did, Scott, was we executed much better at critical points of the game than we have so far this season. You know, in our losses against Virginia Tech, Wichita State, we didn't do that. You know, we did not. No disrespect to them. I think we fought in both games, but we didn't execute. And tonight we executed.
How excited are you to have the three freshmen who stepped up tonight as a foundation of what you're trying to build?
Well, I'm ecstatic, but the other thing, Rick, is, you know, I mean, I ripped Basabi at halftime, and you know, was really upset with him with the turnover he made on the inbounds pass, and he comes right back and gives us a huge second half, and so yeah, I'm thrilled with the freshmen, but you know, they got a lot of help. Oglesby, Basabi, McCabe, Aaron White, Marble. You know, it's usually at this time we're talking about Marble. I thought he was terrific tonight. He played a phenomenal defensive game. He didn't shoot it as well as he normally does. That's okay. He played great.
Stuff.
Your rebounding was really spread out. I mean, you guys won that. How big of an emphasis was that in practice?
Well, it was a huge emphasis because they shoot so many threes. You know, they shot 28. I mean, there's been games when they've shot 30. So where the rebounds coming? They're coming all over. They're coming long most of the time. So if our guards don't rebound, you know, they're going to get it back. So I thought that was obviously a key, and we showed it to them, we explained it to them, and we went through it again, and they executed it.
Your defense, from top to bottom, it seemed to be you were playing good team defense, and everyone seemed to have that as a mission going into this game.
Well, it has to be. You know, rarely do you play a team that is this athletic, that has this many three-point shooters. So what teams like that do is they have you all spread out, and they're able to go off the dribble. You know, they can throw it in, or they can drive and kick and shoot threes. So they challenge your defense pretty much across the board. So if you're not locked in and focused, all five, they're going to score. And we held them to 34% second half. And the biggest thing I think we did there is we kept fresh bodies out there. There were times when, you know, I didn't really want to take White or Marble out or Gasell, I just kept rotating them because it was the only way we were going to get home.
Okay.
Thank you.